All right, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your way Camel, and I just wanted to make a quick update because I've been talking for the last few days about getting out of the way of the market and playing patient. But as I often say, things can change and they can change quickly. Right now, the Dixie has currently run the level I wanted to see it run. Now, can it reverse? Confirmation will come from a breakdown of this upward sloping pink support line. Hasn't done that yet, but if we can get maybe, if I move this squiggle and we get something perhaps like this play out, then that's obviously going to ignite a risk on moment for things like Bitcoin and the stock market. Now, the reason I'm making this video is I see a lot of people getting bullish because we've bounced off support for the S&P and a lot of people are calling for this, right? Now, I think my read on the market for the stock market is much better than my current market read on Bitcoin and the crypto equities. So I'm going to show you this, right? Now, I don't buy this bounce. What I think is coming is a few days of counter trend followed by another undercut of that low or potentially a double bottom or even a higher low off support. And that is where I'm looking to get long out of that swing low, out of that cycle low, which isn't actually due for quite a little while, right? A couple of weeks into around the 16th of October, plus or minus a couple of days. So I don't think this is anything to get excited about just yet. So that's my read on the stock market. And it's the same with the NASDAQ, right? People are getting kind of excited that we're seeing a big green candle, but I still think there is time for this thing to roll over one more time. And when it does, we'll probably be able to set a trend line, something like this. And again, that's where I'll be looking to get long. For the Dow Jones, you know, this is okay. We're up 129 points, but as you can see, the read is the read, right? But it's important to point this out because as much as I'm saying, let's take our time, let's be patient. If the market speaks for us and breaks out of this downward sloping resistance line, then that has to be a long, right? Now, if I hop over to the Russell 2K, I haven't really been covering this too much, but you can see it's right into its first line of repair. And if it can get above the pink one, then this trade is valid for sure. So we're starting to potentially see early warning signs that the market might want to change direction early. Now, it hasn't done it yet. And like I said, any bounces out of here, I don't really trust because I think this is what's coming. But the story is slightly different when we get to Bitcoin. So if I hop over to Bitcoin, that is a breakout. Okay, now it hasn't closed the daily candle outside yet, and it could certainly reverse tomorrow morning. But if we can see some follow through tomorrow, then this breakout should probably be respected. And even though the cycle low is coming, it may end up looking like this, drop into the cycle low and go. So that is something that I might have to deal with. That is something that I wasn't really expecting, and I still kind of think this is probably what's coming. But keep in mind, if the market is going to speak and tell us that it's ready to go now, then the cycle low is probably going to form higher up. Now, what's really interesting about this is take a look at Coinbase, right? Right back into resistance. So it hasn't yet broken out. Now, closed daily candles outside of that, and I'll be starting to add these positions back. Same deal for MicroStrategy. Look right here, right into resistance. So rejection into that timing window for the cycle low and then go perfectly to be expected. But again, if the market is going to speak and if MicroStrategy is going to lead, and start to do this, then I want to be adding my positions back on that breakout. Same for Riot. Look, right back into resistance. A lot of work to do to get back above this horizontal and then out of this downward sloping red one. So a lot of work to do, but it can happen quickly, right? This could certainly be on the cards. And if that happens, then I want to be ready to take advantage of that. And take a look at Marathon, right? Sweep this area, possibly going to follow that initial red squiggle that I've got drawn right here and start to break out. Again, if it does, I want to be adding my positions back as the market tells me that something different is going on. So I just wanted to make this update and point out everything I've just pointed out to you. The reason I wanted to do this is because, as you know, I tried to call out all of these trades ahead of time, right? It's no good me telling you after the fact, oh, by the way, I added a bunch of longs yesterday. And then everyone will be like, well, hold up, Camel, didn't you say play patient for 3 weeks? Yeah, I did say play patient for 2 to 3 weeks. That is still my primary expectation. And of course, going back to these charts, if that's my primary expectation, then I would, of course, expect to see another rejection at resistance before we go. The same is true of MicroStrategy, right? Another rejection at resistance before we go. And you get the idea. But like I said, if the market's going to change, then I'm a breakout trader. That means I've got to take the trades, right? There's nothing I can do about it. Not what I was expecting. Hasn't happened yet, which is important to point out. I still think any bounce like this, even if it comes all the way up here, that'd be a nice rally. That'd be 4, 5, 6%. But I still think it does that before it goes. And it's out of those cycle lows that I'm looking to get long. So I have no sense of FOMO here. I'm not in any kind of rush or I'm not feeling any sense of urgency. But I was feeling a sense of urgency to get this content out to you because if things continue to get super bullish for the rest of this session and I end up buying some longs into the closes, I end up taking some positions into the closes as we get closes outside of trend lines and therefore true trend line breaks on a daily closing basis. I wanted to put this out there now just so it's not a complete surprise, even though I was talking about playing patient for 2 to 3 weeks. So that is still my expectation, to be really clear. I still expect to wait 2 to 3 weeks before I start to add these positions back. I still expect these positions to roll over and fail and get rejected at resistance. But again, as a breakout trader, all I can do if things break out is to take the trade, right? I don't get to pick. So anyway, I hope that's clear. I hope you appreciate the update. And until tomorrow, take care from me. All the best. Cheers. Bye.